Hello, and welcome to the second part of my ranking of my favorite personalities on Singles Inferno Season 3, which, in my opinion, is actually the best season so far. Okay, I realized in the last video I didn't properly explain what Singles Inferno was, so let's just start from there first before we go on to the rankings. Singles Inferno is a Korean dating show based in Korea, I think. Yeah, it is based in Korea, where they call there are two places, two locations. Inferno, which is an island with bare necessities, bare supplies for survival, and Paradise, which is like a resort kind of place where you sleep on proper beds. You have facilities like bathtub, swimming pool, and buffet, like buffet choices of meal, dinner, breakfast, lunch, depending on when you get to Paradise. So the idea is that men and women would come together on the island, which is the inferno, and they make a connection and then they decide to see where it goes by choosing each other to go to paradise. You get, so like there is no communication before the choices are made. They just hopefully make choices on their own, and they hope that the person they pick them or picks them, and then both of them can head on to paradise. Because on the inferno you can't say any details of your life, how old you are, what you do for a living, basically who you are. All people know, all they all know each other, they know there on the island is just their names basically. So that's the premise of the game, and the point of the game, in my opinion, is that people should just come, and make connections. That's how I saw it though. That's what I expected. And when you go to paradise, you have the added bonus of luxury to get with a person of your choice. You get a kind of fun times. So season 3 is interesting because there's just not one island. There are two islands, there's two hells with very different contestants, varying numbers of female and males on different separate islands. So I think I've gotten the idea out of the way. The point is, my ranking. I made a ranking the last time of my 1 to 3, my top 3 guides, and now from 4 to 6, I'm going to mention them and explain why I prefer them. On number 4, I still have my flowchart here. This is not a flowchart. This is just like I don't know, a coherence chart, so that I don't lose my train of thought. This one we're going to be more precise, and we're going to focus on the shapes when I'm discussing this part. Okay, my lower 3 faves, no, my lower 3 personalities from 4 to 6 basically. Park Mingi is at 4. He's 4 because I didn't really see him. For some reason he was very closed off in a way. I don't know, maybe me, I'm not the same culture as they are, so I wouldn't get the cues he's giving out, and translation is very limited, in the sense that sometimes they do their best to translate, but the feeling of it is not translated through the subtitles again. So but he's very, I don't know, closed off, and I could not get a read on him exactly until after he left the island, and then I started seeing him on Instagram. I was like, this guy is actually, a sexy way, and a good kind of way. But because of the way it was on the island, that's number 4. His love interest was Kim Giri, and he did not sway from her. He was very, very like loyal to her. Then his job, he's really like grown actually. His job is a lifeguard. That is another reason why it's number 4, because I like that job. I feel like people that do, it's not lifeguard, it's like a professional, there's a name they call it, a coastal guard. You get, so he went to the police academy, he trained and all of that. So I feel like his job is very important, and I feel like for someone to make that choice of a career means the person has some kind of sensibilities towards people's lives, and caring for people actually, especially people you don't know. So I could see it in the way he related with the ladies on the island and even his fellow guys. He was the kind of person where, like, if you watch season 3, you notice that all the ladies flocked to him with their emotional problems or confusions, or I don't know, things that they were bothering them. They came to him and he was so kind. He comforted them, he listened to them, he made them feel like they were heard, you know, that kind of thing. And like it was very obviously, like I said earlier in the other video, like all of them, all the people in this season were awesome people, like basically, you know, baseline, just normal human beings, which is a lot compared to the last two horrible seasons. Like I'll talk about the maybe I will talk about it, but I won't. But I prefer to talk about it. I like. So that's why Park Bingyu is number four. He's kind. He's generous. It is kind, and regardless of the lady that he was affection that he really liked and wanted to connected with Kim Yuri, he also gave other ladies, you know, this space, this freedom to come to him, to relate with him, and it was awesome. You know, I feel like his job, he talks people off the ledge too. I don't know, I can't say specifically, but I feel like he talks people off the ledge. So you can see it in the way he relates with the ladies on the island. They will come to him and they'll be like, you know about this guy, and not like he's telling you about the guy, but he will clear you, you know, he will tell you what you need to hear. Like when An Min Young was being all confused and being like stubborn about her situation with Jisok, she went to him and he was like, at that point, Jisok had gone to the island with Jominje. So she went to meet him and she was like that, so. And he was like, well, you know, you fucked up, yeah? You know that you are the one that is dragging your feet about this. He already said he likes you, and then you pushed him away, and now there's somebody and you're feeling as if, you know, oh, you like this person. Like, you're ever going to feel it more when he comes back and is racing with this other lady. Like, you are going to feel jealousy and you're going to feel hot. You get, and she was like, wow, you know, like, he really gave it to her straight, and he wasn't condescending or rude. He was just like, you know, a big brother or a dear friend, you know. And immediately Jisoo came back and Minyoung ran. She took his advice. She just hooked Jisoo by the neck and she was like spilling her guts to him, you know, that kind of thing. So that means like although it's something she obviously needed, like she already knew she had to do, but he gave her this push, this kind push, you know, that you give a friend that you care about. He gave it to her, and you know, they were able to mend. I don't know about mend, you know, but the area on the island was as if they mended their relationship, Jisoo and Minyoung. I'm not addressing Jominji right now. So that's why Park Min-gyu is number four. At number five, we have Yoon Bin. First of all, okay, that's what I wanted to say for Park Min-gyu. That Park Min-gyu was a bit of an enigma, but when I think of it now, I think Yoon Bin is the most enigmatic male on that island, or was the most enigmatic male on the island. He was, how do I say this? He was mysterious, you know, but he was not mysterious as in true because of his physical features or his presentation aesthetically. He was just mysterious because like nobody could get a read on him, mostly because he didn't get any mission like successfully, so he didn't have the chance to go to paradise with any of the ladies until much later. There's something funny happened because of how enigmatic and mysterious it was. Almost all the ladies, in fact all of the ladies, gave him sweets. And I tell you about that sweet game that I like. All of the ladies put sweets in his locker and he had like six, and then he started to feel that's why I feel like he's enigmatic, because after his whole time struggling and like being left behind so many times, you know, he didn't have this grudge like the other contestants in 1 and 2 had. He was still baseline, he was still normal, interacted with the guy. There was not this aura of, oh, I'm so jealous of you. Obviously he would be hot, you know, to some level, but he was still a normal human being basically, and it was really cool. So I was really rooting for him. Then when I now saw 5 sweets in his locker, I was like, bro, this guy is fucking popular. You get fucking popular. And I was like, wow, maybe because the ladies have not had any chance to know him, now that they gave him a chance, but like, or maybe they just had this secret crush on him, but like 5 of them all together, and then he went and messed it up. If you watch the show, you know, but he's number 5 because he's funny. That behavior, the way he reacted towards the attention he got from the sweet, the way I was watching it with my brother, so we were just noticing him having been I won't say a weirdo, but it was not conforming at all to a very large extent. Okay, something that I want to draw attention to is that in season 1 and 2, after a while, it became like a community. Yeah, you know, obviously when you live with people of your, I don't know, similarities in one place. People start to create this sort of customs around yourself and how you behave, how you see life, and you start to see people don't want to shift out of the norm, people don't want to behave like weird or something. But Unhappy was different. I think because already on the island there was already this freedom where every male, every female, every woman or man, they were all very individualistic. They did their thing, they expressed themselves in the way they liked, they didn't care to look bad or good, they were just like being themselves. So Yunhabin was free to be himself. Not free, but he just was himself. He would just randomly take walks on the beach at night when people were like joining together or trying to make conversation with her. You just see Yunhabin with his big ass frames. He would just be like he's taking a walk and he would just be walking on the shores of the beach. It's like he just came there to have a nice vacation, and it just felt very, very, I like, bro, me. Because actually, if I was in a situation where like all the contestants were not picking me and I was losing all the games and I wasn't making it to any brunch or dates with anybody else, mama, I would literally do that. I'll just take that whole experience as a vacation. I'll just relax, I won't give two fucks. I will just, although it will be a bit painful that, oh, why am I the different one, why am I the only one, the exception, you get, but still I would just like, since it's something I cannot force, you can't force people to like you or pay attention to you. So I would just, take a break. I swear I would chill out when people were going body together. I would take walks on the beach exactly like he did. I would go look at the stars, an island, no pollution. You just look at the stars, you watch the waves fall, you watch the waves rise. In fact, not even sometimes me, I won't even go to bed. I'll just sit down outside all day, all night, just processing life. Like, that kind of thing, like turn every situation into a very fun opportunity to live life. So basically I think that's what he did. But when you watch it, you start to, when you watch it in the context of this dating show that everybody's hooking up or everybody's enjoying together, everybody's rushing to be together, he seems like a very big weirdo. And you're like, what does this guy do for a living, please? Like, I'm so curious again. And then later on something happened, a series of events. I think the whole game show, the way it was orchestrated, he was bound to go with somebody. And because Young had faced so much rejection and everything, she now picked him. I don't like you, you don't like me, let's go. But he went to the idea of, I like you, I have an attraction towards you. That's Young again. And she was just like, when she got, from the moment she got to Paradise with him, that's the hotel, they were having dinner together, and she was just like saying things that were giving him the signs of red, do not cross, like red lights, don't even bother, just like red light. That was she was just giving him. She was saying things like, oh, I don't eat when I'm talking. But if you see her interaction with the person that she liked, which I'm going to talk about next, she talked, she spoke a lot. In fact, she made jokes, she was so lively. But him, between that, she was like, oh, I'm not that person that talks when I'm eating, and blah blah blah. And I wouldn't judge her that, oh, she was being mean. I just feel like it's what anybody should do. So you won't make the person feel as if you have a chance. You just tell the person straight up that I'm not interested though. But I won't say it obviously to make you feel that, oh, get the fuck out of my face. It will just be like, oh, let's not bother. Don't bother talking to me. I don't know much about you. But they still have to share professions and everything. And Yunhabin is an aspiring actor. Interesting, yeah? Like, I was shocked. I was like, okay. I feel like it makes sense in a way because, like, actors are a bit of weirdos, and he might have been putting on a persona the whole time, and like really good. I feel like that profession is actually perfect for him, and I'm looking forward to him getting gigs in the future. So he's number 5 on my list. Being cool guy. I actually he ended the game with 0 chicks, 0 wins and everything, but still I feel like the way this whole game was set up, like I said, like I keep repeating, all the contestants were cool with each other. Nobody was made to feel like an absolute loser, because you didn't hook up or you didn't get the girl of your dreams or the man of your dreams. You just get the normal hurt of being rejected, but you wouldn't feel like, oh, this society, I'm an outcast, I'm a loser, all this kind of thing. You wouldn't feel that way in this season or with this particular set of contestants. And so now we go on to Mr. 7. I'm giving him 7 because he's very, I don't know, I don't want to come off as a hater, but like I'm feeling a lot of Clegane energy. Like when I was watching this guy, I felt like I was Clegane, the Hound. I felt like I was him because I just hate to hate. And for some reason his ship with his choice of lady or the girl that picked him is so popular, and I'm like, why do people like condoning nonsense? Like, why does rubbish and nonsense and ingredients, like why does it usually take the throne in all this virality of romance and everything? Then later people be saying love is not real. Of course you feel love is not real when you are praising such nonsense dynamics, you get. And I don't want to say too much because obviously it's a game show, everybody came there with their own motivation, so he might have approached this show with the idea that, oh, I'm going to have fun, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, I'm going to be as real or as fake as I want to be. I want to see how life is if I'm this type of persona, different from this persona in my real world, so it could all be fake, it could be drama. In fact, I feel like he might have been dating the girl before he even entered the show, because the way they ended up was just so stupid and like pointless. And I love her so much. And the person I'm talking about is He. Another interesting thing about this character is that the commentators from season 1 and 2, despite all the ugly smello behavior that was going on, they were very pretty chill. It's like they're following a script, they were giving this aura of I want to be neutral so that the whole country doesn't hate this particular person or particular lady, even though people still hated some Gia for what I don't know. Me, I'm a free Gia. Subscribe to her channel. I love her. Oh, that was another story. The point is, this host in this season, for Iguani's case, bro, they literally lost their shit. Even the most, like the chillest, most neutral kind of personality, I think that's Cho Kyu-hyun. He was a commentator on the show. He was exhausted. He didn't know what to think. He didn't know what to do. And it's because I don't know. I don't think I can say everything I want to say because time is almost up, and I don't want the video to go past 18 minutes. But anyways, Iguani was a nutcase. His character was absolutely vile, and I do not condone such rubbish. So it becomes matters of the heart. And I will always praise Yunha for calling him out on her BS. She literally said what was in my mind, bro. Even though later on she regretted it, and I feel the fear of conformity, the horrors of rejection and societal expectations were pulling on her. So she had to like apologize for saying her mind and being like, oh, I didn't mean it, I didn't want you to feel bad. Bro, even if you didn't want to feel bad, the point is he gave out bullshit behavior and you responded well. I'm done seeing her now. So I feel like, yeah, she in that moment she was it for me, like sealed herself in my heart permanently for calling him out on his rubbish. You get, like, what do you mean chogo? What did you say? He got chogo. Like, bro, are you fucking something okay? Like something going on in your brain? Anyway, that was what I was about Iguani. I can't really explore, I won't really talk too much on him because the way he interacted with almost all of the ladies and the way he interacted with them it affected my own ranking of them, of their own. It affected my ranking of the female contestants actually, because of the way they responded and the way they reacted to him, all this kind of things. So I'm not going to talk about him. I just feel like it was a very horrible person on the show, and it didn't, like, I feel like she should not have taken him. She should have rejected his ass, his trifling fucking ass. Like, I feel like she should have, but since she did it, I feel like, okay, what's done is done. There's nothing you can do. So I'm not going to talk about him. I'm talking about my favorite guys, from Ijisok to Yunha, and yeah, next time we talk about my girlies. See ya. You guys, what do you think of my look? I'll give it a bit of, I don't know if it's going to call bohemian or free lady, I don't know, but I love it. I'm shining, I'm sparkling, my colors are bright, like my hair was just made for this. The blue of my walls is bringing out the blue of the eyes, even if the color of my eyeshadow is actually green. What do you think? Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.